Hello everyone and welcome back. So continuing on in this video, Lee will be implementing the GetAssets method.
Yep, this is just basically another version to get an asset. It's going to use GetAsset to pull its assets, but it's going to include the logic that is needed to recurse through all of the subdirectories and then determine whether or not it's going to just add those assets to the list, or it's going to build out an individual asset bundle for each asset that it finds while it's recursing through.
Okay.
So let's jump over to code and find our GetAssets. So we're going to start off with a var called asset path. Now this is going to be a local asset path that will be set each time through here because we are going to use this method to recurse itself. So we'll set this to string.empty. Then we'll say for each. And let's look for directory and dot get files. And I really wish IntelliSense would work in here. But all right, so we're gonna get file, and it's get files, not get files. Or get files, not get file. Say that backwards. All right, and our variable will be file. All right, good. So now we're gonna get our path, and we're gonna look up every file that is in there. We will then say asset path. It's going to be equal to file.substring. File.index of our assets / So basically I want to get rid of the assets part again, but I also want to replace all of the double backslashes with /. So replace / with a /. So this will give us the path to our assets, our local or our relative path minus the assets section of it. And then we're going to pass that into GetAsset. So we'll say GetAsset and give it the asset path. So that handles each of the files that are in that particular folder. And if you remember, yeah, this is kind of important. So what it's going to do is going to go through here each time, but it's constantly adding the assets it finds to this list. Now we need to determine whether or not we are going to build a bundle based off of what it's found or if it's going to continue to recurse. So what we'll say is if we are using recursion and we're not building out a monolithic file, then we need to build out an asset bundle for each and every one of these assets. So we'll say if asset path dot last index of and / so we're just basically going to check to see if it's greater than 0 that we have a valid path. If we have a valid path, we're going to process the bundle and we're going to pass in asset path dot substring 0 to asset path dot last index of, and we're going to look for that last /. So basically we're going to get just the path. And let's process bundle there. And I'm missing one. Where is it? Here.
Yep.
And then one more.
There you go. Wait.
Oh, not happy. What are you not happy about? So there's 3 there. There's that. Process. Okay. View action list. Add parameter, create overload. Process bundle. doesn't take a path. So string path. Hey, now it's happy. It's like going, what did I miss? Oh, yeah. All right. After we've processed the bundle, we want to take our assets and we want to clear that list. Because otherwise, if we don't clear the list at this point, and if we don't clear the list at this point, what will happen is the next time through, it will continue to add the assets that it had in the previous bundle into this bundle. And it'll keep growing and growing and growing. Not a good thing to do. So that will take care of all of our files for this. We have to do one additional check, which is going to say, are we using recursion? If we are using recursion, then we need to find and run this method against every directory that is inside of the current directory. So we're going to say directory dot get directories, and we'll pass in the path var, and this will be directory, and we'll say get assets, and we pass in directory. So quick recap. We're going to go through, we're going to get all of the files in our current directory. It will take all of those files and add them to, or look for them. If it finds them, it will add them to our list. It will then take that list, and if we are not building out a monolithic file, it will go through and it will process all of those files in that folder. So basically, each folder, how do I want to say this? Each folder will get a monolithic, am I saying that right? Let me see how I want to say it. So each folder will get processed with all of its files, and that will get saved out as a bundle. And it gets kicked out. And then if we're using recursion, it just constantly loops until it gets to the end and then backs its way out.
Okay.
So unfortunately, can't test it yet because we haven't set it up to process our bundle. So process bundle here. Now no longer takes 0. So we need to pass in our Unity path here, not system. So Unity path. So now this one will be happy. And what do we have up next?
Coming up next is, well, you guessed it, process bundle.
That's what I thought. And that's not a very long video, so that one will go fairly quickly.
All right.
So
is that everything you wanted to get wrapped up in this one?
Yep.
All right, fantastic. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that will conclude this video, and we will see you back in the next. Thanks a lot.